A very warm welcome to students. I'm Chef Preeti Sinhal, an assistant professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Shivajinagar, Pune. I work as a food production faculty there. This is a video on chapter corn, which comes under commodities, under cereal and pulses. This video is particularly introduction. Also known as maize, corn is one of the most popular cereal grain in the world. It is the seed of a plant from the grass family, native to Central America but grown in countless varieties throughout the world. Popcorn, sweet corn are commonly eaten varieties, but refined corn products are also widely consumed, frequently as ingredients in foods. These include tortillas, tortilla chips, polenta, cornmeal, corn flour, corn syrup, and corn oil. We must have heard these are different products. Whole grain corn is as healthy as cereal grain. Rich in fiber and many vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants are present in that. A little bit history about it. When Europeans like Columbus made contact with people living in North and South America, corn was a major part of the diet of most native people. When Columbus discovered America, he also discovered corn. But up to this time, people living in Europe did not know about corn. Corn as we know it today would not exist if it weren't for the humans that cultivated and developed it. It is a human invention, a plant that does not exist naturally in the wild. It can only survive if planted and protected by humans. As a crop, corn dominates American agriculture, with production more than double that of any other country. Ear of the corn looks like this. This is how it grows on a grass. Structure of a corn. Basically, it has three parts: bran, endosperm, germ or embryo. Bran, which has oil and vitamins and it gives color to it. Endosperm, which has the most starchy part. Germ or embryo, which has oil content, which is more than bran part contains. This is the structure of the corn. Now there are many varieties of corn, which some of them we know, some of them we have heard, but there are many more. In that, sweet corn, dent corn, flint corn, waxy corn, ornamental corn, blue corn, dried corn, and baby corn, etc. So I'll explain you a little bit one by one some of the varieties. So sweet corn, that is the corn on the cob variety, used for canning and freezing also. Their sweetness is the result of a genetic defect bred into them, which prevents the sugar in the kernel from being completely transformed into starch. Field corn contains approximately 4% sucrose in the immature milky stage. Standard sweet corn at the same stage contains approximately 10% sucrose. In the past, sweeter varieties has been developed by selection within the genotype. Next is blue corn. It has larger and sometimes huge ears with big starchy grains that were mainly blue in color. This type was often made into flour and one of the principal types grown by the Hopi Indians and nearby tribes, including the Zuni and Navajo. These tribes grew blue corn for hundreds of years. The dark indigo gave a unique color, texture, and intense corn flavor to their tribal breads. It was possibly the earliest form of sweet corn cultivated by the settlers. Second is flint corn. It produces the hard kernels that give it the flint name. They are the popular multicolored ears, often used for decorative purposes. Colors range from blue, red, yellow, orange, purple, and black kernel. When ground, these type of corn is quite edible and was a favorite of the American Indians. Dent corn, like as we understand by the name also, dent, matlab dent ho jana. It is a type that is usually dried right in the field, creating a dent at the top of the kernel. It is basically the commercial variety in which about 90% is used for animal feed, and the rest goes into making breakfast cereal, cornstarch, corn oil, and syrups. The grains are large and they are more starchy. Next is Vexi corn. Vexi corn is a specialty corn that was found in China in 1908. This corn contains 100% of a form of starch, where dent corn does not contain as much of this one kind of a starch. The cornstarch from Vexi corn is used as a stabilizer or thickener by the food industry and as an adhesive in the paper industry. Next is ornamental corn. Many Pueblo tribes planted at least 6 colors of corn: red, yellow, white, blue, black, and multicolored. It's known as ornamental. Popcorn. It is one of the all-time favorites, whether it's a kids or whether it's a grandparents or older age people. It is a very specific and individual type of corn and has been grown for at least 5,000 years. What makes popcorn unique is that it contains a very hard hull and about 14% internal moisture. With nowhere to go that moisture, when the kernel is heated, the moisture develops into steam, and the rest is delicious history. Popcorn is so popular that a special institute were organized offering facts relating to this variety. Popcorn is one of the healthiest snacks if it is not popped in oil or butter or salt added. Next is baby corn. It is also known as miniature corn or mini corn cob. In Thai cookbooks, they are referred to as candle corn. These miniature ears come from any variety and are not a special type. They are picked just as the silk first appears. When they reach a length of 2 to 4 inches or 1.5 inches in diameter, that is why they are so tender and they are so baby. We'll move to the byproducts of the corn. Here are cornmeal. This is corn germ and this is corn bran. So what is cornmeal? What is corn germ? Cornmeal is a flour-like substance. This is that has a larger granule than regular flour. It is little bit granule, or I would say it is not very fine, and is produced from grinding dried kernels of yellow or blue corn. It is sold as gluten-free flour that is used to make cornbread, muffins, pancakes, polenta, tortillas. Baked good have a coarse, gritty texture with a granular crumb and a flavor of sweet corn, because this is like a little bit crumb grains in it. Next is corn germ. Corn, it is the central core of the kernel. This is corn germ. It is the central core of the kernel and is the part where the new plant sprouts and germinates. I would tell you 10 pounds of corn is required to provide 1 pound of germ, and is used in exactly the same way as wheat germ. It has a popcorn flavor and is highly perishable. So it needs to be kept cold. Then comes the corn bran. It is the layer of the kernel that is used in exactly the same way as wheat, oats, and rice bran. We'll move to the more products: corn flour, corn starch, corn oil, corn syrup. So what is corn flour? It's a type of flour milled from dried kernels or yellow corns. It is similar to cornmeal except that it is ground to a finer consistency than cornmeal. It is very, very smooth, very, very fine. It is used to make cornbread, muffins, pancakes, again polenta and tortillas. Because corn flour does not contain any gluten, it is blended with wheat flour when preparing yeasted bread. Next is cornstarch. We all know the cornstarch. Normally, it is used as a thickener, or in some of the thickener or binder. It is used as, right. It is again very, very fine grinding of the corn part. Next is corn oil. These and a whole range of other forms are available in the market today. And corn oil is very, very healthy. Corn syrup, corn oil, these are used. Next is puffed corn, canned corn, and other corn products. So puffed corn, this is a process which produces round, light, and airy puff of corn, like this is, that can be used in the same manner as puffed wheat or rice. Canned corn. Canned corn are those corn which is canned or which is stored, I would say, in a liquid to use when it is not in season or anytime it is available. Their shelf life is more. Other corn products, we can eat the corn as a corn and cob by dry roasting it and putting nice butter and lemon juice with a little salt and red pepper. In India, we see on every street at the time of rain, there's a lot of stalls, small, where we can eat it. So these are such byproducts which are made out of corn. Thank you, student. Thank you so much. If you have any query after watching this video, please drop a mail on my mail ID, which is preetiyogesh@gmail.com. As a semester student, whenever you are watching this video, please attend the quiz which is attached with it on YouTube. Have a good day.